Barrister, we've proven that.
Let me explain.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me say, the issue is so simple and you are making it so difficult and complicated here that debate doesn't mean you fight it over things. The proposition is this: the High Commission of Pakistan was very naive when he made these comments. He lacks niceties of diplomacy and protocols. He should have done his homework well. Unfortunately, he has not studied the life of the Prime Minister of India, nor the Foreign Minister of India. He should have known all this. He is there to improve the relationship, not to destroy the relationship. This is most unfortunate. He starts with the most sensitive part of things. He should have started with soft things. We should not live in the past. We should live today, the present. The present demand, both countries should have.
There you are. Hear that, Mr. Hilali.
Good relationship, trade relationship. That's our life. I have seen making creation of Pakistan and India both, independence of both. Unfortunately, we are carrying the hatred of years and years old. How long we have to live with this? Now we have to live together, and this is our future. And I believe the Indian government must forget all this. If somebody makes a wrong statement, it's not a fault of. It's not a fault.
No, how can we, Barrister Zafrullah Khan? No, how can we? And I am glad. Look at that, Syed Tariq Pirzada. That is Lahore speaking to you, not New Delhi. That is Barrister Zafrullah Khan from Lahore saying to you tonight.
Or would you let Hilali talk for a second?
Please.
Oh, I mean, I would wait for Hilali to go first.
Why don't you ask this gentleman from Pakistan?
Let me say what I want to say, please.
I don't think he has a clue about how the Foreign Office or diplomacy works. Let me tell you.
I agree.
You will criticize him just because he's speaking the truth? A Pakistani comes on an Indian TV channel and speaks the truth and you are hurt, Mr. Hilali? Because he agrees with the facts and he says he has the courage to say tonight that your envoy is an embarrassment.
He will say a lot of rubbish.
That's the truth of the matter.
He said your envoy has compromised India-Pakistan relations.
Quietly and stop. Hear me.
I'm holding these views first. I'm holding these views when I was speaker in Hyde Park, London. I'm holding these views since then. When I was just a boy of 25 years old, I think you must understand what you want to do now. Don't live in the past. Please live in the present and try to improve the relations. We are two big nations. And we can be helpful to each other and we can improve our lives. You are killing us by making nonsense as to reasoning. These are not wanted. We want actual reasoning, honest reasoning, and we want to work together, live together. We have no hatred for you now.
95%.
You should not carry hatred.
95%.
No bitterness.
95% of people in our envoy. 95% of people in our online poll say the envoy should be sent back.
Sold out individuals.
Kindly, what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. Don't say. Just don't impress upon yourself something which you are not sure to do it. Please.
You don't know the difference between right and wrong. You can't even enunciate yourself eloquently. You don't know the issue of Kashmir and the nuances surrounding it. You are just talking plain nonsense and nothing else. Please don't go any further. Let Mr. Hilali go or let me talk.
Why don't you want to hear the truth, Mr. Pirzada?
I don't.
Why do you want to silence the other Pakistani
interlocutor? I don't believe in crosstalk. We must put our case to the people.
For a second, Arnab, here is the answer. You guys
have known these horrid people. I know.
And yesterday,
I contested that case.
Foreign policy has collapsed vis-a-vis Pakistan. You guys think that you have an upper hand? Well, let me tell you, you don't. And you are misreading the strategic situation between India and Pakistan.
I am not misreading, not at all.
If Pakistan makes the decision, we can make your life worse than hell today.
Mr. Pirzada,
road to peace.
Mr. Pirzada,
and we are in a position.
Mr. Pirzada, you know why you're angry tonight? No, you know why you're angry tonight?
Don't play.
You know why you're angry tonight? And you speak.
I'm telling you what is written.
Sorry for you.
Handwriting on the wall. I'm showing you the handwriting on the wall. You are driving the situation one step closer to the war. Whenever you sever diplomatic
yes,
ties,
Maruf.
as you were implying.
No, 1 second. Mr. Pirzada, I am a little tired.
Delay the peace process. Remember,
Mr. Pirzada, Mr. Pirzada, look at this debate.
One step closer to war.
Mr. Pirzada, one minute, Mr. Pirzada. You know these infantile arguments of yours of war don't frighten me, they amuse me.
Give up on foreign policy.
They amuse me.
This is not your forte. Talk about something else in your life.
But if a Pakistani comes on an Indian channel and has the courage to say that your envoy lacks maturity and has compromised the relationship, it irritates you. Maruf wants to come back into the debate. Maruf, here therefore we prove.
Well, I would refer to Kavita.
Who is this man? I mean, I've never heard of him.
Really,
who is he?
I haven't heard of the Hurriyat.
Well, let me.
Who is the Hurriyat?
Why don't you put it on the show?
Well, Mr. Barrister Zafrullah Khan, who's president of the Watan Party, is at least more representative than the Hurriyat of the parliament. Don't silence him. Maruf. Maruf.
Please hear the other point of view, sir.
Maruf, please, Mr. Pirzada,
please hear the other point of view, sir. I just want to make 3 quick points. Mr. Pirzada, calm down. Just here 3 quick points.
No,
the first
very much calm down.
It is really a refreshing change on this channel. Mr. Pirzada, please hear me out. It is really a refreshing change that on this channel we finally have a Pakistani like Mr. Zafrullah Khan speaking sense. My salute to you, sir. Thank God we still have senior elements in Pakistan. Mr. Pirzada's argument that we have not understood the military dimension. Please understand, sir, I have searched the internet. I don't find that you have made any cogent argument, whether in writing or otherwise, on strategic issues. I don't know how you come to be called a strategic expert. Mr. Pirzada, will you shut up? Mr. Pirzada, shut up! Listen to the other chap. I am telling you that you have to learn to understand there is another point of view and you are not willing to listen.
So sorry.
You can keep brandishing your nuclear weapons, so does North Korea. You can keep flexing your muscles in the hope that people in Washington will come and bail you out. But your time's up, Mr. Pirzada. You're living in voodoo land. You are Dr. Strangelove and the world doesn't have time for you. Get real. Start talking to us as a mature nation. Otherwise, we will see your complete isolation and your marginalization. You're already being ignored by the Americans, the Chinese, the Saudis. You have nobody to go to except a bunch of hawks. And you are a proxy spokesman for the military establishment. You are just as much a proxy of the military as the jihadis are who are being launched on us. You are being launched on us through television channels, but you're equally a proxy. You're living in the past. Nobody gives a damn about your nuclear weapons. Nobody gives a hoot about your ability to brandish them. You show us nukes, we can show us nukes. But nuclear weapons are not about winning wars and fighting wars. You call yourself a strategic affairs expert. Please go and read some writings.
No, I have not understood. Gentlemen, 1 second. I have not understood. I have not understood what the problem is. What is the question asked? No, 1 second. No, I want to go back to Mr. Patsati. No, 1 minute. Now I'm going to go back to Mr. You are bothered because a Pakistani came on an Indian channel and contradicted you. Gentlemen, 1 second. Gentlemen, 1 second. Just 1 second. What did Mr. Patsati say? What did I ask him? I asked, please, Mr. Pirzada, I want to hear Mr. Patsati now.
No, listen.
I want to hear Mr. Patsati now. Mr. Pirzada, calm down, please. The simple question is, I asked Mr. Patsati that Mr. Patsati, in your experience, why does I asked one question, Mr. Parthasarthi, in all your years as a diplomat, when a government refuses to meet the Hurriyat on one day, faces political flack for that, and changes its line the next day, why could that be happening and what does that reveal? It's a fairly simple question. And Mr. Parthasarthi said, this reveals the fact that there appears to be a bit of a design. If I design in the Pakistani argument here, they use the Hurriyat to snap the relationship with India and now want to blame us. I don't know why, Mr. Parthasarthi, what you said seems to have sparked off the Pakistanis in this manner.
No, I think
1 minute.
I think Aruna, let's bring some sanity and civility back to this debate.
Yes.
Let Zafar say what he wants to say. I'm sure.
No, go ahead. He had another
Zafar.
engagement. Yeah.
No,
please continue.
He's gone. Achha, Zafar's gone. Well, let's restore some sanity and civility. The fact of the matter is that I've met a lot of Pakistani ambassadors. Many of them are superb. I wouldn't classify the present person on that caliber. But having said that, the fact is that, as I said, if we start playing these games with separatists who carry weapons, start giving them money, then these are games which many countries play. I don't think it will be the interests of anyone. And right at the present moment, I think Pakistan does have problems on its Afghan borders. The Indian ambassador in Afghanistan only yesterday pointed out that people who were attacking Indian missions and even attacking Afghan forces were coming from across the Durand line. So let us be clear. If this continues,
diplomats have been
just
pathological liars.
Listen,
this is another lie that I'm hearing on the television right now.
Listen, Mr. Pirzada, I didn't interrupt you. Will you kindly extend the same courtesy?
What a jerk! You have been given too much time anyway. You should be off the screen right now. Please, let somebody else
Mr.
talk.
Pirzada, please, let's maintain some courtesies here. Mr. Patsati is a very respected diplomat. He has intervened very late in the debate.
This evening.
No, sir, please don't be unfair, sir.
Zafar Hilali left. He left because of your attitude. Sir, I'm not complaining against
Mr. Hilali may have left for other reasons, possibly including the fact that a Pakistani was challenging his views on an Indian channel.
You were not making any sense.
I think you let Mr. Patsati complete, sir. We are on a serious point.
And this is why,
so we are on a serious point.
He just left.
We are on a serious point. Let Mr. Patsati complete, please.
Fair enough. I'm sorry if Zafar has left. He's been an old friend. But let me say this.
No, that was by design. Parthasarthi, you know that was by design.
Sir, deliberately. Sir, a minute, please. A minute, Mr. Pirzada.
Come on.
A minute, Mr. Pirzada.
Obvious.
Have the patience to listen.
India are listening to
have the patience to listen.
Going on your screen at the present time. Kashmir is a living issue. Number one, it's not going away, and you guys are going to be cursing Pakistan forever. But I can tell you, we will deal with
sir, you may, no, 1 second, sir.
Through diplomacy,
1 second, sir. Mr. Pirzada, I will have to say something now. I will have to say something now.
Go ahead.
If you believe that your country's future is best served by serving the diplomatic role of a diplomatic termite, if you want to be a diplomatic termite of a nation for the rest of your lives, then that is your problem. But please now, let Mr. Parthasarthi intervene. Let him intervene. Let him intervene. Mr. Parthasarthi, please complete your point.
That does not make any sense.
That's all. Mr. Parthasarthi, please complete your point.
That's a cheap shot.
Please continue. Yes, okay, it may be a cheap shot if you, in your view. Yeah,
anyway, Mr. Pirzada, there are no cheap shots, or as you say from my side. Just listen me out. All I am saying is there are certain norms under the Vienna Convention, and the host
you have already said that.
I have not said it. I have not spoken of that.
You're repeating yourself.
Maruf said it, sir. Let him complete.
I have not said it. And if we so choose at an appropriate time that the behavior of the envoy is incompatible with his diplomatic status, we have the right to expel him.
It was compatible with the diplomatic norms.
That's very correct.
If you wanted to stop the leaders, you could have done that.
Sir, Mr.
diplomat for doing what you should have done.
Barrister Zafarullah Khan agrees with Mr. Parthasarthi. Barrister Zafarullah Khan agrees with Mr. Parthasarthi. Sir, please keep quiet.
Yes.
Sir, please, Barrister Zafarullah Khan agrees with Parthasarthi. Please, he agrees with Mr. Parthasarthi.
I know Vienna Convention. I know it.
Yes, go ahead.
I've read
look, you can't hold a gun to one's head, deal with separatists, violate ceasefires, and expect dialogue to continue. It will not.
They are the representatives.
There has to be a climate for a dialogue.
7 million Muslims of Kashmir. They are freedom fighters.
Who decided? On what basis?
They are not raising. They have not taken up arms. What are you? What's your problem? There's a psychological problem with India, I guess.
Let me just say one thing. That right now in the Kashmir Valley, there are no Kashmiris with guns. There are people from outside. Second, we have stayed off.
Let him complete. Sir, no, don't intervene. No, don't intervene. Let him complete.
Second, people who live in glass houses should not throw stones. We have been very quiet on Gilgit and Balwaristan, but we can raise the Gilgit and Balwaristan national flag.
Why are you quiet? Do the
for the simple reason we believe in good relations.
Show your real face. Tell us what do you want to do about Gilgit and Baltistan? I want to hear. That'll be very enlightening.
In the interests of good relations, we have been very restrained.
No, that is a false.
But restraint is not permanent.
The talks with Pakistan. That is a lie. You just scuttled the talks with Pakistan.
So we did not. We just proved. Mr. Pirzada,
foreign policy of Pakistan.
Mr. Pirzada, I just want to go back to General Shankar Prasad Maruf. I'm going to come back to you. I think our Pakistani interlocutor, especially Mr. Pirzada, is so hassled tonight because we have proven to him through our argument that it is the Pakistanis who planned this whole thing out. Now they want to go crying to the world, look here, India doesn't talk to us.
Wow.
We have just proven it was Pakistani design.
This line.
Shankar Prasad, what would you say to the very hassled Mr. Pirzada tonight?
Wow.
What would you say to the very hassled Mr. Pirzada?
That you have followed.
Arnab, you're absolutely right when you make that observation in your question. The Pakistanis really do not know where they want to go. There's such a lot of turmoil in their own country.
And India wants,
they really do not
India
know
knows where it wants to go. India
they really
has
do not know what to
all
talk.
the sense of direction.
The only answer left
because
to them
there
is
came a man to India named Mr. Obama, and he gave them this.
Sir, can I please have my say?
Sir, please let him speak.
He's asked me a question.
They have become a global.
Mr.
Go on.
He's asked me a question. Please give me a chance to reply.
In that world of fancy.
Sir, don't be rude, Mr. Pirzada. Let him speak.
Mr. Pirzada.
Sir, don't be so rude, Mr. Pirzada.
Mr. Pirzada.
Sir, don't be so rude, Mr. Pirzada.
Very unfair of you, very undiplomatic of you.
I think you are representing your country very badly on an Indian TV channel. Thank you. Yes, please continue, General Shankar Prasad.
Mr. Pirzada, Arnab Goswami has asked me a question. Please give me an opportunity to answer. You are a great diplomat. Please follow the norms. The first and foremost issue that I wish to make is, can I make this position
Go ahead
clear?
and don't stop.
The first and the foremost point I wish to make is that the problem in Pakistan today is that they do not know where they wish to go. And therefore the best option available to them was to have these talks scuttled. When the Foreign Secretary of India categorically tells the High Commissioner that there will be no talks, and you still have talks, obviously it is the responsibility of the Pakistan High Commissioner to have called off the talks. And that perhaps is what the Pakistan establishment wanted. And therefore, please look at your own country today. Go and see what Imran Khan is doing. Go and see what Pakistan Army is doing. Go and see where Mr. Nawaz Sharif stands. Mr. Pirzada, please listen to these things, just face facts. You are not able to face facts. So many people on this particular program have tried to convince you of the facts which you're just not wanting to talk about, just wanting to understand. You're going on talking without understanding what you're saying. Please listen to the other people. Please give them a chance to speak. We are also on this panel just as an invitee as you are. Therefore, you have right to speak, so we have a right to speak. He has asked me a question, give me a chance to answer. The answer is very simple, that the talks have been called off because you did not want the talks.
Exactly.
You created a situation where there was no alternative. And therefore, and I do appreciate your problem. The problem with you is today is that you do not know where to go. You do not know who rules your country. So please, Mr. Pirzada, get your own house in order and then begin to talk with India. India has a very clear-cut policy before you today. We have a new Prime Minister with a vision. He has a way to talk about. He has a roadmap to deal with Pakistan.
My question tonight.
Understand and follow
my question tonight. And I'm dipping in.
I just
go ahead.
Say one thing.
Yeah, Partha.
Mr. Pirzada is talking of war. Mr. Modi said, let us fight poverty. Let us fight, not fight wars. So I think, I'm sure the other gentleman from Pakistan will bear the fact that South Asia has to deal with its economic problems, give a better life to its people, and not like Mr. Pirzada talk about war.
Nobody sleeps hungry in Pakistan.
Where is the war, Mr. Pirzada? Who's talking about the war? The Prime Minister of India has categorically said that war is to be avoided, and he's taking measures.
I want to
as to how war.
I want to ask Maruf at this stage, and ladies and gentlemen, I want to go back and dip to the live pictures that are coming in from Islamabad, where Imran Khan was addressing his supporters some time back. This evening, yet another evening of continued protests. There are twin marches which have merged in Pakistan, and everybody in Pakistan is worried about the future of that country and the future of the Nawaz Sharif government. One thing which is absolutely clear today is that the Nawaz Sharif government is weaker than it has ever been in the past. Maruf, my last question to you is this, and we are going to continue coverage from Pakistan late into the night tonight. Maruf, my last question to you is simply this, that when the facts are so clear, why are some apologists in India, including, I'm sorry to say, some Pakistani apologists in the media, so worried about what is going to happen with the talks? I mean, they called off the talks. We gave them a choice. They planned it out. Why are these Pakistan apologists not seeing the reality, especially in Lutyens, Delhi?
Well, the fact is that there is a generation of people in India who continue to hope that India and Pakistan will one day become one country together, which many in Pakistan obviously are completely averse to the idea. And it is far, far from the reality. Many of them have left their homeland in Punjab and think that one day they will go back. But that is as much a pipe dream as any other situation. It is not an East-West Germany kind of a situation which was partitioned by another country and enforced. Here it was done by choice. In fact, Prime Minister Vajpayee went to Lahore, visited the Minar-e-Pakistan and recognized the state of Pakistan in as much as Nehru said that if we did not want the partition to happen, we allowed. Now, my question, Arnab, is to Mr. Pirzada. Two quick questions. Mr. Pirzada, under the 1974 Constitution of Pakistan,
so he's not on the program anymore.
Anybody from Azad
Maruf,
Kashmir,
we lost the satellite link with Mr.
Okay.
We lost the satellite
Arnab, I just want to highlight this point. Arnab, I just want to highlight this point that in as much as Pakistanis keep thumping their chest for the Kashmiris here, they are not willing to accept any other option for Kashmiris in the valley other than their union with the state of Pakistan. And people in Azad Kashmir or POK in northern areas, if they express a view outside of Pakistan's constitution, it is an act of treason.
They are persecuted.
Why don't we in the country also take a stronger stand against those in Kashmir in the valley who openly say that they don't want to be part of the Indian Union?
Maruf.
Either you stay on, respect the country, respect the tricolour, or walk away. We don't want you here to continue to express separatist sentiments. And those who do should be tried for sedition.
Well, Maruf, there are enough apologists there in New Delhi, and it's one of the greatest sort of mysteries why these apologists for Pakistan continue to take an anti-national position. In this case, what has emerged on the debate on the Newshour tonight is one thing is if you had any doubts about who is responsible for calling off the talks,